Hello, I want to welcome each and every of you to the maiden edition of Teens Reality TV Show. I am your host, Pastor Udo. Our vision is to create a new brand of teenagers who can get to understand who they are, who they were created to be by God, and helping them navigate this life easily by His help. It is so important. Hello. Welcome back to Teens Reality. I'm your host, Pastor Udo Ruby. We are going to be continuing what we began on our previous episode, still talking about online predators. They are real. Still on the ongoing series, current realities faced by teens today that need to be addressed. Before we continue, I want to drop our contact information for your ideas, so you feel free to reach out to us as quickly as possible on WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, or using email. So the number is +234 813 929 2708, or send an email to teensreality@lifechangerstorch.org. Alright, to some of you, in our last episode, we saw a video of a 9-year-old girl who was chatting with someone on Minecraft. Turns out to be an older man. Her mother had stumbled into her and saw it and called her husband. So the dad came up and was able to talk to the person, and discussing with his daughter, was able to discover that she had been having chats with this person for quite some time while playing that game. To this 9-year-old child's mind, it was an innocent game. He's simply a friend. What the parents had to make her understand, I know he's not your friend. You cannot be having a friend of that kind of age online. What are you discussing? What are you guys doing together? So today I want us to watch another video of where this parent now happened to catch his own online predator and was able to bring the police into the situation. That was going another a step further in that direction. So let's watch this video together.
Run to her room. I swing open the door to tell her, get up, we're gonna go watch this movie. And she's laying half undressed like this. Whoa. With a cell phone in her hand. And I lock myself in that room and I start going through the phone to see, what's going on with this phone. And I see the name Sugar Daddy on there. I'm like, she's 12 years old. What does she know about a sugar daddy? And I clicked on it, and then my whole world fell apart. Absolutely fell apart. The next thing I did was grab my aluminum baseball bat. I'm gonna kill this son of a bitch. I texted him. And I pretended to be my daughter.
So you texted the man who was communicating?
Absolutely. And I said, I'm tired of my parents. I can't live here anymore. Meet me where we met, where you gave me this phone. And I drove to the park. I called a friend of mine and I said, meet me at this park. I'm busting a pedophile and I don't want to kill him. Your job there is to keep me peaceful because I don't know if I can do it. And he came. We walked up to him and we're like, what are you doing here? And he starts messing with his watch. We're like, we're not here to rob you. We know why you're here. And my wife walks up and he goes, who are you guys?
Oh, your wife was there too?
Yeah. My wife's like, we're her parents. We're going to wait for the police as we're waiting for the squad to get there. Well, he stood up and started to try to walk away. And I stood in front of him and said, you are not leaving. You are under arrest. The police show up. And by this time, he has taken his watch off and thrown it away. What he was doing was an Apple Watch. And he was trying to erase the conversations. Wow. I thought he thought we were trying to rob him and he was going to, take his watch off and hand him. And, we don't look like we're there to abide by the law at all. He's probably pretty shocked that it didn't get violent, which is why my story went viral.
You saw it for yourself. I think the first shock was the father going to his daughter's room and discovering that she had a cell phone that they did not buy for her. That was shocker number one. She came in with a cell phone, and his first one, obviously, who gave it to her? How did she get it? Shock number two, he takes the cell phone, as he says, and begins to go through it and discovers the name Sugar Daddy. What does she know why she was a 12-year-old daughter, 12-year-old child? And it turns out that she had been communicating with this person for quite a long time. And they had obviously met before for her to have received that phone. Because for that person to have responded to the statement, let's meet up where we met before, it lets you know that this person had already gone far, gone deep. They are real. You might think that these predators are only attempting to do it to other people's kids and they cannot come near to yours. It's until it happens before you think it can become a reality for you. But it is happening right now to a lot of people, young children. You have a responsibility to play, a role to play, to see that your children don't get drawn in and become corrupted. Because this father says he was just going to his daughter's room to go invite her to watch a movie. Maybe family time. Just wanted to invite her, let's go watch a movie together. And this is what he saw. So he gets all disappointed and he makes the decision, I need to meet up with this person, I need to arrest this person. I like the decision he made in that he said that though he had gone there with his wife and the baseball bats, you understand, he actually called someone else because obviously he didn't want to get violent. It shows the fact that yes, while he wanted that pedophile arrested, he was still conscious of the fact that violence was not the way to go. You see the pedophile, he came out ready to meet with that young girl. We don't know what state they had gotten to yet. What kind of communication had been exchanged? And kudos to that decision to call the police beforehand and have them come ready to arrest the pedophile. He might have lifted the conversations on his watch, perhaps some of them, but thank God for the cell phone that would, for the daughter's cell phone that record a lot of the other conversations. To at least put away that guy for quite a period of time. These things are happening to 12-year-old kids. It is sad to see that some people, this is what they want. They are actively willing to pay for it. Children. What makes a man or a woman? Because pedophiles don't need to be only men alone, it can be women too. Boys. So pedophiles don't need to be only men, they can be women also. Are you aware that it's not only young girls that are being targeted? Young boys also can be sexually molested, harassed, or even groomed. You have gay people crying out, you have the so-called pride agenda. You have those who claim to be everything sexual, trans, pants, every kind of thing. Who do a whole lot of nonsense. Who have no fear of God. Who go against the natural order. You know, there's a part in scripture that says how God left them to their own lusts. I think somewhere in the book of Romans. You understand? They went ahead going against the natural order, because the truth of the matter is this: if God did not think men and women were together, he would never have made Eve in the first place after having made Adam. He would have left Adam all alone, one, or made another male counterpart. But there is a reason why he made a man and a woman. And notice that he did not make them as children. They were full-grown adults. Full-grown adults. So by the time they left the Garden of Eden due to Adam's disobedience, they were able to engage in the bounds of intercourse within the bounds of matrimony. In the act of intercourse within the bounds of matrimony. They were not children. Because there are some who try to sell the lies that, they were men, they were women, what have you. Like, look at the scripture. Say, because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God. Neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like the corruptible man and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lusts of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. Romans 1:21-25. So that right there for yourself. Here's what's happening right there. The moment someone begins to accept the lie that anything goes, anything can be done, a child can be touched, a child can be sexually assaulted, simply because you feel like it's obvious that the devil has become operating in your life. That is a demonic influence right there. You have been given up to your own lusts because you chose to serve and worship the creature rather than the creator. Because there is no one who has the true fear of God in their heart who engage in such practices. God would have revealed it to you. Adam and Eve were adults, not children. Or Adam was an adult. You will not say that Adam was an Eve and Eve a child. No. So anything that feels that makes you get off on actually looking at a child, engaging a child in such conversations, there is something wrong with you. And you need to pray for yourself. You need to get help. If as a teenager, an adult is actively seeking you out, engaging with you, trying to give you gifts, you understand? Having sexual conversations with you, you need to cut off that communication right there. What will make you have to save an adult's contact as a sugar daddy or a sugar mommy? You know right there that that is something wrong, something evil. You need to speak to your parents about it and stop engaging in such. If you're a teenager right now who has access to a phone, whether you're given to it by your friends or by that sexual predator that is stalking you right now, you need to be careful who you're associating with, who you're spending time with, who you're calling your friend, who you're accepting as a harmless acquaintance. You're meeting up with people randomly. Some of them are smart enough not to try anything dangerous to you the first time they meet. They let you build that place of trust. They let you think, oh, we're normal, we're just friends, pen pals, meeting up. Until they get to the point where they have won your trust and they begin to do dangerous things to you. Are you aware that some people have actually gotten to the point that they are falling in love with these online predators and willingly walked away from their families, willingly walked away from their homes, thinking they were going to a better life? And after that, they were never heard from again. They weren't necessarily killed, but they just moved to another location where for the rest of their life, they're never going to be heard from again. And they made that decision themselves because they believed a lie. They accepted what was not true. If you are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, you have no business chatting with someone online whom you cannot see, whom you do not know from any other person relating to your parents or in school. You have no business relating with them. It might even be someone who is a friend, maybe a senior relative of your friends that comes, you think is someone harmless. You need to be careful. If that kind of person is actively wanting to spend time with you, whether online or offline, please tell your parents about it. If they are confident, tell them, I want to introduce you to my parents. If they are confident about it, let them stay on. Bring your parents into the conversation. If they stay there particularly, then at least it lets you know that, okay, this person seems to be on the street and now. If they get out of that chat room quickly, the moment they hear that, let know that you were chatting with the wrong person in the first place. You cannot be too careful. You cannot be too careful in this season. We're going to go for a short break, and when we return, we will continue. Please do stay tuned.
Hello, I want to welcome each and every one of you to the maiden edition of Teens Reality TV Show. I am your host, Pastor Udo. Our vision is to create a new brand of teenagers who can get to understand who they are, who they were created to be by God, and helping them navigate this life easily by his help. It is so important.
Welcome back from that quick break. This is still Teens Reality. Remember, the number to share whatever is going on with you right now is +234 813 929 2708, or you can send an email to teensreality@lifechangerstouch.org. We will respond to you as quickly as possible. So, still in that video, we are watching about the fact that this predator was actively engaging a 12-year-old child, and how the parents were able to deal with his bringing in the police and had the guy arrested. I'm so thankful that was how that concluded. So the danger is in the fact that so many others might not be able to get saved in time. So as a teenager, you need to be careful. So that's what I'm telling you. Anyone who is not confident that you're chatting with online, to speak with your parents, who is asking to meet up with you but doesn't want to meet up with your parents, cut off association with them. That's a red flag. That's a warning right there that that person is not who they say they are and has no pure intentions with you. I want us now to look at another video still on the same topic about what online predators are doing and how they are going on out, using games, using online chat rooms to join as many people as possible. So parents, students, please watch this video with me right now.
Parents, there is a dangerous group out there called 764. It is not a trend. They are targeting gamers. If your child is on Roblox, Minecraft, Discord, please be checking their messages regularly. This group does not start violent. They start giving your child attention, usually pretending to be another child. Children so far have been pressured to share private photos, harm themselves as proof of loyalty, carve names into their bodies, isolate from families and friends, obey these outrageous commands out of fear, including graphic sexual acts and bestiality. There is even an account so far of a child taking their own life on camera. This is coercion. It is psychological abuse, and it is happening. 764. Remember that number. If you hear it, take it seriously. This is not happening because kids are reckless. It happens because predators know how to groom, threaten, and manipulate developing brains. So if your child has become secretive, withdrawn, panicked about their phone, super protective about their devices, listen, check their devices, and let them know that they will never get in trouble for speaking to you about the truth.
You saw it for yourself. So they are going all out. And look at now, this one now, they are masquerading as kids. First of all, so might start with as a harmless chat, someone introducing themselves. First of all, they find out your age, they find out your name, they find out your location, and then they create a persona based on the responses you're giving so that you feel more confident. Because now, if you're listening to the advice of, okay, it is an adult that is speaking to you, and now you think, okay, if it's a child, I'm safe, you still need to be careful. Not all people out there are truly the child you're claiming to be, chatting with you. So they create a whole new persona, and then they draw you in slowly. Manipulation, sometimes it's just simple acts, simple, there's no equality truth or there, I dare you to do this, I dare you to do that. You think it's just something harmless, fun. They can just tell you, okay, I dare you to do this to someone at school, and have someone record you doing it, upload it, and finally they have to do all kinds of outrageous stuff. It gets to the point. They have your picture. Imagine when you've now sent them your picture, a video of yourself, and then they now prepare a video of you engaging in an act you're not engaging, and they send it back to you and they tell you, if you don't keep doing what we're doing, we're going to release this video right there to your school forum, where people know you. Imagine the kind of pressure a child now begins to deal with. Imagine if it's like an 11-year-old or a 10-year-old hearing this kind of information. Imagine being told to carve tattoos onto your body, harmful stuff, and perhaps some of those things you have not even sterilized. You understand? Mutilating your own bodies, engaging in bestiality, sleeping with animals. That is what it is. Sleeping with animals. For this so-called gay movement, this LGBTQ, it is demonic. It is demonic. Accept it as it is. Because it's not going to start with one and stop there. They have you believing the lie, first of all, that you're not normal, that you need to change who you are, change your body, be uncomfortable with who God has made you to be. When you can accept that first lie, you can begin to accept anything else. Sleeping with animals is normal. They begin to tell you that you're simply a higher animal, not sleeping with a lesser animal. And all sorts of diseases, all sorts of germs, infections are passed across. None of them tell you about that kind of danger. None of them tell you about the psychological effects to you when you engage in such practices. You just make you feel like, oh, you're free to do what you want. Freedom itself, that they try to make you believe, can be the very prison that you thought you were escaping from. You're hiding from your parents. You want to be all secretive. Nobody should know what's going on with you. You are harming yourself. You can do what you want. Go ahead and do it. Or as parents, they should do what they want. They can spend time on their phones with us, please. The moment you observe a change in your kids, don't keep silent. Go find out what is happening. As you saw that video, the advice given. Check their devices. Check who they're hanging out with. Check who they're chatting with. Check their pictures and videos, what they're listening to, books they are reading. Check every one of these things. You just might be surprised to discover for yourself a whole world that has been hidden from you for a very long time that you were never aware of. The enemy is real. Enemy is real. He's trying to do all he can to distract your kids, to make them do what they're not supposed to. So you have a responsibility, a very important responsibility, to step up and preserve them. Preserve them. As kids, you need to be careful. For those of you who might have been encouraged already with the number that I was talking about, that side 764, please pull out right now. Cut off ties. If you've been threatened, if you've not believed so far, speak to your parents, have them call in the police so they can track down those who are doing these things. You're not in the wrong. You might have been pressured into making that decision. You might have been pressured into making that choice. So don't give up on yourself. Don't think suicide is the only way out. Don't think killing yourself or hurting yourself is the only way out. Help can still be offered. Help can still be received for you, given to you right now. You can still receive that help. So please speak out, share with your family members, share with someone that you trust, and let them know this is what has been happening with me right now. I was not sure how I was going to see this, but I need help. The moment you cry out for help, help will be given. And ultimately, you will be saved from that dangerous situation. So you're a teenager watching this right now, you're just about to cross into your teenage years. Please be careful. These are the most important years of your life right now as you're growing. So it matters the kind of grooming that is taking place in your life. If it is a sexual grooming, a manipulative, coercive grooming, you must cut it off. Instead, pay attention to what your parents are teaching you in the right way. Pay attention to the Lord. Listen to Jesus. Listen to Him. The kind of grooming you need right now is the kind of spiritual grooming that comes from the Lord. I'm not talking about yoga or this kind of meditative stuff that allows the entrance of demons into you. No. What you call this kind of astral spirits. No. I'm talking right here about the real relationship with the Lord, with our Father, your Creator, your Maker, who wants the best for you, who wants to see you become who He has made you to be, who can teach you, who can nurture you, who can show the way. He can help you in your studies. He can help you in your relationship with your parents. So more than ever before, I'm calling upon you to embrace and build that relationship with the Lord. Feel free to relate with Him. Feel free to discover Him for yourself, reading the scriptures. Join a Bible-believing church and ask questions of the teachers, the pastors there, and have them explain to you, and you go back and corroborate it with the scriptures for yourself. And before you know it, you see yourself grounded and building a relationship with a true friend that you need in your life. You will not see yourself trying to scrabble or run around looking for attention from the wrong places. Because many times it's an absence of attention that makes you go seeking it in the wrong places, chatting with people you ought not to chat with. One thing is certain, God is ready for you today. And He desires to build a relationship with you. So don't hold back, be free. Be free. Share with us. Let us know. The moment you make that decision to go on board with Christ and want to build up something with Him, we'll send you materials that can encourage and develop your spiritual walk with the Lord and bring you into a better understanding of who He is and who you are in Him. Thank you so much for staying tuned to today's episode. I'm certain you have learned a lot. Remember, you can reach out to us whenever you want to. +234 813 929 2708 is the number, or you can send an email to teensreality@lifechangeschurch.org. We'll be waiting to hear from you. Thank you for staying tuned. I am your host, Pastor Odorobi. Like on the way, same time on our next episode. Stay blessed.
Hello, I want to welcome each and every of you to the maiden edition of Teens Reality TV Show. I am your host, Pastor Udo. Our vision is to create a new brand of teenagers who can get to understand who they are, who they were created to be by God, and helping them navigate this life easily by His help. It is so important